I am Sarah, one half of the Two Besties One Bookshelf, and this is our first YouTube video. And I do love to yap though, so I will say this is nice. I can just yap, and it's supposed to be long rather than being on like Instagram or TikTok where you have to like shorten everything. So ignore my ring light. I'm like just getting everything set up. We have Xena featuring with us. Here she is. She will be judging the whole time. I wanted to go through my true 5-star ratings of 2025 so far. And I think I am missing one book, but I'll talk about it when we get there. And this is true 5-star ratings. So not like 4.5, 4.75. This is true 5-star ratings for 2025. Starting off pretty strong. I read through at the end The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. This is by Carissa Broadbent, who is I feel like she might be my favorite author. I'm obsessed. And you might hear me say this quite a bit. And you might hear me say truly a lot, because she truly is just incredible. And this whole series is so good. I mean, Carissa could write hate mail and about me and tell you why I'm so terrible and so annoying. And I would read it and I'd give it 5-star because she can write anything. So after that, I obviously read The Six Scorched Roses, which is the short story or short novel that is in the same kind of a series, but this is different characters. This is the best short story, novella, whatever, that I have ever read in my life. 10 stars. I truly think that these two main characters might be my favorite. I said what I said. Well, not No World doesn't count, but in this story, I'm truly obsessed with them. And then I went to the Legends of Thezmarr, which is Blood and Steel series, by Helen Scheuerer. I'm so sorry if I butchered it. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This book, I should have been bullied more into it, and I should bully everybody into it because it's so good. And then the rest of the series, there are, I think in the first one there's 4, and then there's there's a novella, and then there is one that's already out, and then another one, but it's the same. It's her sister in the next ones, and I haven't finished it, so I'm sure 5 stars. Easy. But Wilder, he can get it. Top book boyfriend. And then Slaying the Shadow Prince is kind of like the other book. It's in the same, so this is just the story behind his mentor. And so it is so good. And I read this in the order, my friend told me to read it before book 4, so that when you get into book 4, which is it's not what the author recommends, but when you get into book 4, it's 8 years later, and it's mentioned, like they're mentioned right away. So it was really cool to be a part of that and to see that. And so good. And then I had an arc for Promise Me Sunshine. And this was my second book by this author, which I read Ready or Not. 5 freaking stars. It is romance, so not romantasy. It's has some grief. She's lost her best friend, and it's really just finding yourself, and it's such a beautiful story. I love that story. The Night Prince. The Night Prince. It's the second book. Wolf King is the first one. If you have not read this book, why? Like, what are you doing? It's incredible. This book, it's wolf shifters, and it is so good. There is a, villain. There is another guy, and you'll have to read it to tell me who you like, but I am Team German Shepherd. If you know, you know. So freaking good. Read this book now. Okay, moving on to my next. So obviously in the same realm, don't attack me, don't come for me. This is not a Yeah, don't come for me. Onyx Storm, 5 stars. I mean, I really do love this entire series. And Xaden, I'm sorry, but he's top book boyfriend forever. So he will always be in my readings. And I think that the last 100 pages of this book rocked my world. And I think I could not give it 5 stars. Like, I loved it. And I went to the midnight release party. It was so cute and fun. And I just think it's so incredible what, like, Rebecca Yarros has done. And just, it's a beautiful story. And I do love world building. So I will say this has more world building in it. And our Violet, our girl, she's finally not annoying. And if you know, you know. So this book, she finally is like, yeah, I love this man. And I'm like, get it, girl. Get your man. So good. And then this is the second book from Heartless Hunter or Crimson Moth. So it's Crimson Moth series. But I did see people rating this less, and I don't agree. I think this is a 5-star book. It has everything you can want in a book. And this one, I feel like this is a duology. It's completed. But these 2 books, if you are scared to get into fantasy or you're just wanting to tiptoe into romantasy, these are good. They're technically YA, but it is easy to read. It's a witch and a witch hunter. I mean, so cool. So there's no dragons or anything like that, but there is some magic, obviously. But the story is so good, and it's the end of the first book. I was heartbroken. So this really cured everything I need. And I am so excited. I think I just saw that she signed for 5 more books, or like her publisher maybe. So chef's kiss. And then we've got Enchantra by Kaylie Smith. So the first book is Phantasma, and it's the red one, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful, and the phantom blood scene I'll never stop thinking about. But Enchantra, this book is the sister, and it is Genevieve, and I just love this girl. I love this girl. I am not an Aries, I'm a Cancer, but the author always posted and said, like, oh, she's an Aries, woman. Exactly what I expect an Aries woman to be. Like, she's confident, she, like, knows what she wants, she says what she wants. We know, well, you might not know yet, but I am a Rowan lover, and this is another Rowan, and, I just feel like maybe it's the name, maybe it's just Rowan. Rowan is just, but he is, fake marriage, and basically, if you watch the movie, what was it called? It's basically, she gets married into a family, and it's like, they basically hunt her. It's like a game. So, and you play games to basically get killed. This is the same thing. I'm not same thing, but this is similar. And I will say, if you didn't like Phantasma, I feel like you could still like this book because it is different. And even I feel like as I was reading it, I don't know if you ever see colors or feel not see colors, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like this is just such a different vibe and a different book. So 5 stars. Okay, next up we have Lights Out by Navessa. This is the Barnes & Noble special or exclusive edition that has the writing. I did pre-order the second book, so I'm very excited. I listened to the audiobook of this book, and it is so good. If I could rate this 100 stars, I would. And I will say, as someone who has listened to only probably 5 audiobooks, this was the best audiobook I've ever heard in my life. I was speechless. That's truly what I would say. The narrators are so freaking good. The male narrator is, let me just fan myself. Anytime someone's like, oh, I need a good audiobook, I'm like, Lights Out. Lights Out. It's so fun. And I say it's dark romance, but it's very light. And it's funny dark romance. And Josh, the MMC, is the most cinnamon roll man ever. But I truly think if you want to listen to an audiobook, this is the book. I was trying to do laundry and listen to this, and the whole time I was just like this, folding clothes over and over again. So yeah, 10 stars. And then finally, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, which this is I got this from Steamy Lit in Tampa. And it's like the special covers, and it's signed by Ellie, and the back is, yeah. But this, I just bought this, so I'm obsessed. But this is 5 stars. I will say her friend in this, Pin, is that her name? Yeah, Pin can literally just get punched in the freaking throat. And I did see a lot of people giving this lower ratings because of her. No, I still don't know. I mean, yeah, she sucked. And honestly, Allie, what were we doing with that girl? But everything else, holy freaking shit. The only thing I want to know is what was on the list. They both write these lists, you know, 50 Shades of Grey style, and their limits, you know, and we don't get to know what was on it. And I'm like, I just want to know. So I will say, I think this was like her exploration, a little more spicy, and I don't think it was nearly as spicy as it could have been, but it was so good. Just post the list, girl. Post the list. So those are my 5-star ratings. And you are probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of 5 stars. Yeah, your girl's a vibe reader and mood reader. Like, I'm giving 5 stars for the vibes. But I will say they're all so good. And, you know, there's a couple that are duologies or like standalones. And so there's lots of things you can read. Yeah, and I have, the last book that I forgot to mention was The Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. 5 freaking stars. That book, wow. And I've seen a lot of Emily Henry hate about that book, but I am an Emily Henry lover. All Emily Henry books I love. Beach Read's my number 1. Book Lovers, Funny Story, Happy Place. Everything. I love them. Even the ones I'm like, I still loved it. But this book, I think it could be at the top with Beach Read. It is so different from her other books. And I will say, like, people were comparing it to Daisy Jones and Six and Evelyn Hugo, but by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I can see where they think that because it's like interview style and you're getting a lot of like back history of Margaret and her family, which I think we need and we love. And it shows you who she is. But the ending, I mean, everything. And then the romance. Hayden, I love him. But the ending, I literally had chills in reading that book, like finishing. And I don't think that I can say that about many books. So 5 stars. You can see I have like a wide range, mostly romance and fantasy, but that's basically it. If you have any recommendations for books based on what I've sent, please let us know. But yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully subscribe or follow our Instagram, TikTok. This is awkward to do, but gotta start somewhere. Bye.